Hello everyone. In continuation with the inverse Laplace transform, we are right now dealing with the partial fraction method. Under that, the part third B, that is the quadratic and distinct factors. In the part third A, we have discussed the same quadratic and distinct factors with a different method. Here we will be discussing with a different method which is very simple. Okay, by the end of the session, you'll be able to evaluate the ILT using the partial fraction method of quadratic and distinct factors. So now this is the capital F of s, which is s square plus 2s plus 3 upon this plus 5 plus 2. So if you'll observe one thing over here, which is very common over here, that is s square plus 2s, s square plus 2s factor and s square plus 2s factor present in three of them, numerator as well as the denominator. So what are we doing? This is very important step to do. Note it down here. S square plus 2s is equals to x will be replacing. After replacing this, if you observe g of x is the function which is nothing but this x plus 5 into x plus 2, which are linear factors and they are distinct. So whatever the part 1, what we have discussed is the hiding method, will be doing that. Okay, and therefore this is a and b. X plus 5, x plus 2. They are the linear factors and they are distinct, and therefore this is a and b. Now, if I wanted to find out this capital A by the hiding method, so x would be replaced as, it is x plus 5, so x would be replaced as x is equals to minus 5, which would give me minus 5 plus 3. So it is minus 5 plus 3 divided by, so this x is equals to minus 5 cannot be put it over here because of this will go to 0 and this entire thing g of x will go to infinity, and we will be putting it in only in this. So it is minus 5 plus 2 and this will give me a is equals to 2 by 3. Similarly, to find out b, x have to be minus of 2, which will give me, this is minus 2 plus 3 divided by, I'll be putting it here minus 2, but I will not put it here. So it is minus 2 plus 5, and therefore b is nothing but equals to 1 by 3. After that, the procedure is very simple, what we have done it until now. So putting the value of a and b, we will get this. But now what we will do, we will take back our x. We will give back this s and x, and we will take it s square plus 2s. So we'll replace x as s square plus 2s. So this is the role of x, is just to take out this factors, or you can say just to do the partial fraction of this complicated function. Otherwise it's no use of this. So we have just used this x as a bridge, right, to just reach to the partial fraction method by the very simple and easy method. Okay, so therefore it is 1 upon this s square plus 2s plus 5. Now this s square plus 2s plus 2s, I will be completing the square. I'll be completing the square, that is to find out the third term. What we have discussed in the first shifting theorem, the same thing we'll be doing it here. So s plus 1 the whole square plus 4, because it's a plus 1 minus 1 here. It's again plus 1 here, minus 1 here. So because of this will happen, and then this 2 by 3 Laplace inverse, we will apply it for the first term, and therefore this is s plus 1, which is e to the power minus t 1 by 2 sine of 2t, because it's 1 upon s square plus 4 is 1 by 2 sine of 2t, and here it is e to the power minus t. So this is 1 upon s square plus 1, which is 1 by 1, which is 1 over exactly, and sine of t, and just after rearranging the terms, you will get it 1 by 3 times e to the power minus t sine 2t plus sine of t. So this is what is the particular method where we are not using the traditional method, what we have done it in part third A. Okay, so that is the difference, and that is the reason I have made it in a two separate parts. So s cube upon s to the power 4 minus a to the power 4. Again, this is the different method what we have discussed in the last slide. So it is s cube upon this. So again it is s to the power 4 minus a to the power 4. A square minus b square is a square plus b square. A square, a plus b, a minus b. Now if you'll observe here, it is s square plus a square, s square minus a square, and here it is s cube. So the previous slide method is not useful because we have not got it here. Suppose instead of this s cube, we would have got it here s square, then yes, we could have done the same method, replacing s square as x, replacing s square. But here it's not possible because we have got it s cube in the numerator. Yes, again we have got a very simple method to do it here. If you'll observe this step, if you'll observe this step and this one, what we have done, this s cube has been written as s into s squared. Out of that, s is taken out from here, taken out outside. Now this s square is remain here. So in fact, this entire thing, we could have written it here. This step is nothing but s into s squared upon s square plus a square, right, into s square minus a square. Fine. And now if you'll observe this, I need to separate this denominator and or you can say the partial fraction in such a way that the numerator of that partial fraction should give me s square, right? That means I am not interested in this a square present over here. So a square and this a square should go off from here. This is possible if I will do it. So if you'll observe, this is s into, so this I'm doing it because that means what, I need to add this up. If I'm adding this two up, so what will happen, s square plus a square plus s square minus a square, right, divided by these two brackets, So what will happen here, this a square and minus a square will go off. I'll remain here with 2s square and divided by these two brackets. But I don't want this 2s square, I just want s square, and therefore what will I do, I'll divide it by 2, and already I have got it 2 over here. So 2s square upon 2 will give me s square. So what is my desired one? So this thing will not change. But if you'll observe this two brackets, so if I wanted to separate this out, so what is my next step is, it is s by 2. What we have done, we have added it up. Okay, so if I'll do this s square plus a square upon these two brackets, out of that this s square plus a square is this bracket, s square minus a square is here, plus s square minus a square upon s square plus a square into s square minus a square, right? So what will happen, this bracket will go from here, this bracket will go from here, and I'll remain here with whatever I have desired it here. So this after simplification, I'll get this step. After this simplification or rewritten this step, I will be getting this step. So that means what, that traditional way of doing that a, b, c and so on, we haven't done it here. Provided we have to have this numerator in such a way that it is possible from, or you can say it is possible from just to make a addition or subtraction from this denominator. And this is what, that's all. And then we have to just find out. So this s as that was outside, it will come inside, and this will be divided with two of them the terms, and which is nothing but applying the Laplace inverse of this particular function. It is half cos hyperbolic at plus cos at, right? So this is plus over here, s square plus a square, this is s square minus a square. Because of this is cos hyperbolic, and because of plus it is cos of at. That's all. It's very simple, provided you should have this understanding of this particular step. Okay, let us go one more of that kind, that is s upon s to the power 4 plus s square plus 1. Now again, I need this s square to the power s to the power 4, and this is 1. So that means what, I have got a first term, I have got the last term or third term. I need to find out the middle term. So what would be my middle term? So if you'll observe, this is a is s square, this is 1 over here. So I have got my first term a as this a and b as equals to 1. So what will be my middle term? Middle term is 2ab, which is 2 times s square into 1. So that is 2s square. But I don't have it here. I have just 1s square. So I have to take it one more time. So this is what we have done the adjustment. So we have taken up 1s square from here, and we have combined with this first bracket. And the second s square will remain here. And because of that, it is s upon s square plus 1 the whole square minus s square, which is a square minus b square, which is a plus b, a minus b. Again, if you'll observe, here, I cannot substitute that s square plus s or s square minus s, because that is as the method of that x method, we cannot apply it here. We have to make use of the previous method only here. So what will be this? This is s. So that means what? I'm interested in this s to remain here. So this s or some constant would be there, but I don't want these terms. I don't want these terms over here. So what will I do? I will do it here in this way. So in between step, what we have done, we have taken up first term, that is s square plus 1 plus s, and we have subtracted the second one. Why we have subtracted? Because I don't want this s square plus 1. So that will go with minus s square minus 1, and this s which is my requirement, that will be plus s. And therefore it is this s square minus s square and plus 1 minus 1 will go off. I'll remain here with the 2 times s. 2 times s. But we don't want 2 times s. We want just 1 times s. And therefore this has been divided by 2. And this is an adjustment just to have this. What we have done, we have taken the first term minus the second term. So that means if in the previous step of this is nothing but s square plus 1 plus s minus s square plus 1 minus s divided by these two brackets, plus 1 plus s square plus 1 minus s. Then just to separate these two terms. After separating the terms, this and this will go off. For the next term, this and this term will go off. Minus s, the term would go off. And you will remain, and you will remain here with this particular answer. Let me just erase this so that this will be more clear for you. Yeah, I hope you have understood what I have explained you right now. So yeah. So this is what is the first term will go off, then just the minus sign here and there. So we will get it here. So again the same thing, it is s square plus 1 minus s. So it is s square minus s plus something plus 1 plus something, right? What we have discussed in the previous. So that means what we are just completing the adding the third term or subtracting the third term here and making the perfect square over here. So you will get it here 1 upon s minus 1 by 2 the square plus 3 by 4, because it's like it is s square minus s, right? Minus s, the third term would give me 1 by 2 the whole square, that is 1 by 4. 1 minus 1 by 4 and 1 plus 1 by 4 will give me this s minus 1 by 2 the square plus 3 by 4 and so on. For the other term the same way. And therefore applying the Laplace inverse of both the sides, if you will observe, this is s minus 1 by 2, s plus 1 by 2. According to that, it is e to the power t by 2 and e to the power minus t by 2, because it's a plus minus, and the remaining term is L inverse of 1 upon s square plus 3 by 4. 1 upon s square plus 3 by 4, which is 1 by 2 e to the power t by 2, 2 upon square root of 3. Because it's 3 upon 4, which is nothing but square root of 3 by 2 the whole square. So s square plus square root of 3 by 2 the whole square, which is sine, but it is 1 by a times. So 1 by a times 1 upon square root of 3 by 2, which is 2 upon square root of 3. So this is the term over here. Similarly, the other bracket also the same term. And then sine square root of 3 by 2 times t, sine square root of 3 by 2 times t into this. Then we have just done the adjustment over here, that is e to the power t by 2 minus e to the power minus t by 2 by 2. So this is by 2, this 2 we have taken it inside here. 2 upon square root of 3, sine square root of 3 by 2 is outside. T, this is with this t here over here, sine angle, and this is equals to 2 upon square root of 3 sine of square root of 3 by 2 times t into sine hyperbolic t by 2. This is a very favorite question of all the examiners every time. So just you put a star for this particular question, very important question here. So you need to take care of this question. Try to do it 1, 2, 3 times until and unless you will not get this particular answer, and try to get it, try to do it by this method. If you follow this method from the beginning, it will be easy for you to go ahead with any complicated examples, and you can apply it which method is easy. And this type of methods will be very easy whenever you will be going for MCQ type of questions. Even these are very important to have this in the semesters as well. Yeah, and this is self-observation. 3 questions along with the 3 answers for you. Yeah, thank you. Happy learning.